And welcome back, everyone, on the Decoders channels. GM Steph, GMIC, yeah, you everywhere. Oh, special. Okay, blah, blah, blah. We have a special stream tonight. So first, Sensei, welcome back home. How are you doing, bro?
My brother, it's a pleasure to be here with you again. It's the second time,
Yes, it has been a
and
minute, right?
bro, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. It's always fun.
Yes,
And now, you got Icy, which
yes.
is
She's
fucking
back.
sick because I know both of you.
Damn! What's up, G's? How you doing?
Yeah, welcome back, IC, on the channels. It feels right. I wanted to have you here because we all meet together at the crossroad, and we need to talk about that. But yeah, IC first. How are you doing? How was your day?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm just chilling. I'm very excited. By the way, it's been like months, like since we're doing
Oh yeah,
what is that
I have
voice?
backgrounds music
Oh
now.
shit!
Yeah,
I missed
production.
that.
Man,
Okay,
Okay.
cool. Okay, it's gonna be an amazing stream. By the way,
Yeah.
I feel that.
And yeah, Sensei, we can talk about pandas, but we're gonna talk about the meaning of life anyway. So
of
that's
course, we always do.
yes. And GM Sam, what's up? How you doing? Okay. So first, Sensei, how are you doing and how do you feel today? I want to start with that. Tell me everything.
Let's see. I'm feeling great right now. I feel relaxed. Um, I told you, I just came from the gym. It was a nice, intense workout, a little bit of shoulder and chest day. So my whole upper body is dead right now, which is good because it gives you that peaceful feeling of like you destroyed your body, so you did a good job. And then I took a nice cold shower because it's fucking warm in Dubai right now. It's like 40 something degrees, and it's not even proper summer, so like it will get worse. And I'm very relaxed right now, and busy,
Nice.
super busy,
Yeah.
and I have a lot to do today. We will have another spaces after, but right now we're here, and
Yes.
that's what matters, bro.
Oh, okay. I see. You're smoking already? Like
I'm
one
sorry.
minute.
I just couldn't wait.
1 minute in the show. Okay, we need to talk about that. Okay, so Crossroad. We all meet at Crossroad. I will start with that. Those smoking stuff. So we had like the conference, etc. We're gonna talk about that, etc., etc. But Turkish coffee, and then with Turkish coffee, like I don't know if you guys in the chat know that you can read the future, the past, everything, right? I see.
What? I'm sorry.
You not even listen to me.
I just focused my Turkish coffee. Sorry, bro.
And Sensei, you experiment like the experimenting the Turkish coffee, like what is it? Future events? Mostly future. Okay, Sam knows. And you detected that IC should stop smoking, and it looks like she didn't listen to you. So how do you feel about that, bro?
It was very clear in the cup. I read that, and I don't normally do, but it was just clear, so I had to say it. I don't know what I said, to be honest. I don't remember exactly, but I definitely saw something that made it very clear. And whether you whether you take my advice or not, that's up to you.
Yeah,
you're free to do whatever you like.
I wanna quit smoking, but it's just I don't know, very hard, especially when you're drinking coffee. It's almost impossible for me, like drinking coffee without smoking.
But
But
I understand.
I will quit smoking one day. I promise you. I promise you, jeez.
but not today.
Not today. Yeah, I'm just chilling,
One day.
Yeah. So yeah, like, and what did you see in this coffee? Like, how did that work? Like, did you feel energy and stuff? Is that because your spirituality open? Like, because you never did it before, right? It was the first time for you. So what the fuck happened?
I don't think
Yeah,
that
no,
it's his first time, by the way.
Oh yeah.
it
I
was
don't think
definitely
that.
my first time.
Really?
I have never read coffee. Um, I don't think that's a regular thing to do, to be honest. In fact, when you guys started talking about it, I thought like, whoa,
Yeah.
that sounds fun. I've definitely like played like other similar games with like, I don't know, with cards and stuff like that, where you're like supposed to intuitively read certain things, or
Mm.
like you just do questions and the universe answers. You know, I've done stuff like that, but never with coffee. But that was fun. Um, like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's coffee, it doesn't matter if it's
Yeah.
an image or if it's a video on YouTube. You know, like everything has like energy, everything has signs, and you just the moment you become like present and you're able to observe what's going on, then you'll see signs everywhere and in everything,
Okay.
and that just makes it fun, you know, because like there's stuff everywhere at all times.
Mm.
You can just like kind of listen to the universe or observe consciously, and then suddenly you can see all those signs.
Okay. I see. Are you able to listen to the sign of the universe?
I don't think that universe doesn't give a shit about me. But I'm gonna tell you guys something. I'm gonna tell you what exactly happened. Okay, we started to drink Turkish coffee, and I don't remember what someone said that. Oh, do you know how to look at a coffee in fortune telling? And I was like, yeah, I was doing it in the past. Like I'm doing it, bro. Like I'm Turkish. And I started to look and say some shitty stuff, and then Sensei said, "Oh, let me check that. I'm gonna tell you." And he was like, "This." For 10 minutes, he looked at the the Turkish coffee and was like, "Damn.
Yeah. You should stop smoking.
Oh, you should stop smoking." No, no, he didn't say that.
Take
He
your
he
lunch.
said, "Check your lunch."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What? What?"
No, that
And
was good.
everyone is like, "Oh, okay, she's smoking. You already knew that." And he's like, "No, I didn't know that." But he told the exact things.
Yeah.
Like we kind of felt that.
Yeah. Like it was like all of the details about like the uh landscape and stuff. It was on point. So, bro, like
Yeah.
100% you have something, man. Like it's amazing.
I mean, yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, that's a problem. Who knows, man?
I definitely didn't like when I did that, you know, I was
Yeah.
just like completely empty minded. I
Mm.
was like looking at the person in front of me or anything. You're just looking at the cup and trying to receive
Mm.
information or energy, and that's it. Like I've never done it before, but I just imagined that in order to receive some objective sign from the universe, you just need to be open and completely non-biased, right? Like
Yeah.
I didn't even know who I was doing it for, to be honest. I just started spitting what I was seeing, and then when I saw the lungs, it was like clear. I saw like dark black lungs, and I thought like, okay, you should check your lungs. And then someone
Mm.
said you smoked, and I was like, oh shit, that makes
Yeah.
sense. And everything kind of clicked.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you still have time. You still have time to like
I don't.
turn around and
And is that a state of mind that you get into because you meditate and stuff like that, and you're like used to it?
not really. I mean, everyone has it, right? Meditation can help you kind of tame the mind and keep you more in check.
Mm.
But I mean, it's 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 natural. It's intuitive for every single human being. But we've lost our way. You know, most humans have become completely lost in their daily lives and their thoughts in the future and the past. So obviously that kind of blurs this potential that we all have temporarily, and it kind of clouds our vision. But everyone has it. I'm not gonna say I'm special because that would be bullshit.
Oh, you're special,
Um,
bro. You're special to me. You're special to me, you know.
We all are, but that's the thing. Since we are all special in our own different, unique ways, um, I am not different from you, and that
Yeah,
means that you and I and everyone can kind of attain this state of mind in which, yeah, you're able to see clearly. Um, and that's just by being present, really. That's it. There's no secret code, there's no method of doing it. It's just about being present enough. And suddenly that opens up a portal that takes you to the unknown, and the unknown becomes known by something much, much greater than our ego.
I see. Do you have something?
I just
I
I
liked.
don't know. I know Sensei for almost like 2 years. I follow him for 2 years. And I always see his the sensational, the universal tweets and all the stuffs. And I was like, damn, like how could someone feel that way? I mean,
Mm,
I don't feel that way. So that's kind of interesting for me. Like he believes in energy a lot. And I'm like, maybe that's a thing. Maybe I should check that too. And he's, by the way, I wanna add that like whenever I meet someone on Web3, they're like kind of being fake at some point. But Sensei was exactly the same
yeah.
as he's on CD. You know what I mean? Like he's the same. He's the real G. I can say that.
He's here,
Thank
right? You can talk to him direct.
Yes, I'm just telling you, Sensei. You're the real G, bro.
Thank you.
Honestly, man, like that's you leave this mark to everyone that meets you for real. Like you can talk to everyone that you were talking during the event, and I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they will tell you the same fucking thing that IC just did. And I don't know, like it's a rare quality in the human being, and that's why, yeah, I'm definitely happy to have met you too. And yeah, I mean, we're friends, right? So
Yeah.
Of course. Of course we're friends, and let's be honest, like it's not even just me. Like when I met you guys, that's probably why we were together for quite a bit of time. Like
mm,
it's not a coincidence. I mean, you guys are as authentic as it gets. You could see that you are like genuine people. Like you both, you're literally the same. The way you laugh, the way you, bro, fucking Vincent is a crazy motherfucker in real life, on spaces, everywhere. That's him. That's his
Facts.
like real self, and I love him. You know. And obviously, you, I see like we haven't like talked that much, but at the same time, I could see like who you really are, and there was no mask. There was no bullshit, and you can see that about people. So
mm.
I think it applies to both of you too. But
She has
it's
most
true
hair.
that in all these Web3 events and everything, I do see a lot of masks, and I feel that it's very easy to like kind of identify.
Yeah.
That's why it's always slightly difficult for me to, because I always show my true color, right? I always show people like who I really am. There's nothing to hide. It applies to all my friends. It applies to my family. It applies to people I don't know. It applies to random people in the street. It applies to the person that's serving me in a restaurant. I'm the same with every single person. It doesn't matter which country I am. That's the truth.
Mm,
And when I go to these events, I see, you know, I see a person that apparently does not exist. Because then you hear from other people, and
mm,
what you thought about that person was a complete lie, or it was a temporary mask that they put on to leave an impression on you, which is what happens 90% of the time in most human interactions. That's the truth, right?
mm.
Like most people are acting, most people are completely aware of what impression they're leaving to the other person, which makes you lose that possibility to meet in one same place. Because if you need to mask your feelings or your thoughts or the way you truly are, this authenticity, this truth of who you are, then only the false remains, only the fake remains, which means you distance yourself from the other. Because why would you fake who you are if you know that the person in front of you is also you? So it all arises from like misunderstanding, from confusion, from human ignorance. We create this separation between us. We say, oh, this person is this, I am this, and so let's pretend like we don't know each other. Let me put this mask on. And you just end up distancing yourselves even further. I try to do the opposite. I'm usually the one that kind of wants, I sometimes even say it to people when I really feel like they're overly doing it, and I can see through them because I know there's a real self under that mask, and I can clearly see it. When I'm very confident about it, I even tell people like, bro, you can be yourself. And they almost feel relieved the moment I said, because they were completely conscious about it. They knew they were acting, And the moment you tell them, bro, there's no need to, there's no need to act. Be yourself. Chill. Like,
Yeah.
zoom out. It's me. I'm not gonna bite you. I'm not gonna judge you. It's just be who you are.
But
And when
they
you
can be
say
impressed
this, they're
because they're
never.
meeting a
I've
star.
never had any single problem, because obviously I say it in the best manner possible, right? Like I
Yeah.
genuinely want to connect with that person. That's why I tell them that, right? I tell them, I really want to get to know you. Um, kind of like, quit the bullshit. Let's be who we really are. Just be yourself. And
When, yeah.
so that usually changes their face in a second. They kind of act surprised, but deep down, it's almost like their ego got detected. So they kind of feel like in shock. It's sort of like, oh shit, he caught me. Like he can see through me. And it almost makes them feel vulnerable, but simultaneously they go like, oh shit, he's right though. And then they go like, okay, you're right. They kind of like agree with you, and then you can have this more intimate connection on a more, I don't know, real human level. Just like actually wanting to know the other person from
But
this place of oneness, of unity, rather than division.
like d- when you meet that amount of people in an event like Crossroad, like do you get tired of it? Like your energies get drained and you need
Oh yeah.
some time to like catch up with yourself after?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. It's almost like, yeah, when I'm around people in general, I would say I notice everyone's energy, and it's almost like you can. It's hard to explain, but you can almost like you end up being a sponge. You absorb everyone's energy around you, whether you see it, whether you're conscious of it or unconscious. You're consistently absorbing energy from your surroundings, from people, from everything, right? And when you go to many of these events, and especially in the ecosystem that we are, which is filled with ego, right, with
Yeah.
greed, with this desire to obtain money in the future, you end up meeting with a lot of people who are in a, they may be hiding it, they may be putting a mask on, but a lot of people in a very dark place, especially in this ecosystem. That's why we see the toxicity that we see on Twitter, etc., right? But when you go to these events, you end up getting exposed to that energy. And if you are compassionate enough and you have enough empathy, you almost absorb all their negative energy. You almost hug it and accept it. It's like you are the sponge where all that dense energy goes to. It flows to whoever's open to it. And I'm obviously open to it. I don't judge anyone. So I end up absorbing everything from everyone.
Yeah.
So obviously when I get back home at night or once the event is over, I feel that dense energy, and I almost have to like renew myself or kind of refresh myself, kind of like press the reset button once again. And that can be done with anything really, any just by being present, just by meditating a little bit. um Obviously there's some people in the space that can give you a sort of constructive energy instead of them passing on this negative energy and you being the sponge. You end up giving them energy, they give you energy, and it creates this beautiful synergy, right? Both things can happen. um Obviously when I'm with friends or family or people that I know, people that give me this beautiful energy, then the opposite happens. But often in these events you don't know who you're meeting.
Yeah.
There may be an undercover scammer or ruggers or who knows, right? Like, let's be honest. um but yeah, so that's usually what happens. There's been many cases, of course, where I just have like some chill dinners and I come back home, and even though they're like crypto people, etc., we just have a nice chill dinner, and you end up feeling refreshed after it. You
Mm.
feel amazing. It's like, oh, this was beautiful. When you like have a more kind of, like, even when we went for lunch, right, in Turkey,
Mm.
it was just a few of us. I was having fun, I was enjoying that. It was peaceful, it was comfortable.
Oh, and the dessert
But
was good,
sometimes,
bro.
How about the
The
desserts,
dessert
guys?
was good.
oh shit, that was amazing. We were supposed to have lunch, and I ended up just going for dessert
Yeah.
because it looked so good. I was like, damn, I just need that. It looks nice.
If you guys
Um,
stay in Turkey for like 1 month, you will gain for like 10 kilograms or something.
Yep.
oh no, I
True.
was there for 5 days and I felt it. At least one
Yeah,
kilogram
right?
extra. Yep.
Yeah.
I came back and I had to get back to the gym routine because I felt it.
Put some extra leg days, right?
Yeah, leg days, arm days, body days, everything, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah, you can definitely feel the energy of these
Mm.
events. You got to be careful who you surround yourself with, and that's why obviously they always tell you, like, you are a result of the people that you surround
Surrounding.
yourself
Yeah.
with, right?
100%.
It doesn't even apply just to humans. It applies to the whole kind of energy field around you. Like, you don't even need to believe in energy for this to like be true in your life. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not a matter of like whether you believe in it or not. It's kind of logical, right? Like everything around us, whether you look at it through science or whatever you want to believe in, everything around us is in one way or another connected.
Mm.
Right? Like if a butterfly flaps their wings in New York, it will affect certain things in Asia. Right? Like, that's a fact.
Yeah. Definitely
Everything is connected one way or another. Everything
Yeah.
is. And if the people around you are consistently talking in a negative way or in a toxic way, your brain will consistently be absorbing those thought patterns and those emotions, that energy, and it will tend to repeat what's going on around itself
Mm.
because it is easier. It is cognitively easier to repeat the same old patterns than to break from those patterns around you. And like, you don't even need to believe me. You can like try it out for yourself. Just surround yourself by toxic people for 1 week, and I can assure you,
Stop doing
you
that,
will
bro.
almost.
What you said is it's true. Like 100%. Like you can have a conversation, and that can make or break your day anyway, right? And same thing for toxic people, drama.
Exactly.
But some drama, sometimes it's fun. But yeah, if it's on a daily basis, fuck that shit, man. Too old for that shit, man. What about you, IC? Like,
Exactly.
how do you feel the energy like in the crossroad events and with crypto nerds all around? How did you experiment it?
I don't know, man. The first day was awful for me because there was a huge long
Yeah.
line in the dawn, and I was like, "What the fuck is that? Like,
Mhm.
am I gonna wait?" Like the weather was so fucking windy, and it was cold, and I waited like 2 hours or something. Um, And then I met some people on the line, and they were from high school. They were studying in high school, and some of them didn't even know what Solana was. Like they don't even know
Yeah.
what Web3 is. And I was like, damn, what are you doing here? Like I'm just here to meet my friends. Like, what are you doing here? And they were like, someone told us, and we came with my school. Like, I'm like, okay, dude. But the second day was amazing, I think, because there was no high school kids, and all the real G's was there. I met Solana Sensei. Vincent just came to Turkey. We went to the event at second day with him, and everyone was there. And I was like, okay, damn, that's fine, that's fine. And the party was.
It has to start. It has to start.
Let's start talking about the party, please.
Oh yeah. Okay. We have a tweet to analyze. But
Oh my
yeah,
God, just show it.
introduce the parties. Like yeah, start with the parties and stuff. Like go for it.
Okay, guys. Oh God. Yacht was so beautiful, but it was so crowded. Like we didn't even find a place to sit. And we went to the balcony and stayed there for like 4 hours or something. And the weather was so windy again. So we were talking with Vince, like, what are we gonna do? Like, it's so fucking crowded and it seems like it's boring. And we decided to get drunk at some point to have fun. And we did it.
Stole beers. But
Yeah.
Sensei had a table pretty fast because he's a true VIP. Like, it doesn't have the troubles.
Yeah, facts. We saw Ansem at some point at the balcony, and I told Vince, like, okay, let's go meet with him. We didn't meet with him. We should do that now. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. But what are we gonna say? And I was like,
it was busy. Let me show you. Let me show you what you wanted to share. Let me show you that.
Oh,
it was busy, okay? It was busy.
I remember that.
This tweet
You know, I was
so
right
awesome.
above him. I was right above him looking at that while they filmed it.
Like, what the fuck, man?
And I thought, like, who is this giant dude in the crowd just like vibing? And then it was just him and 100 dudes around it. So I thought, like who is this? Then I looked, and it was obviously Ansem. But I didn't, you know, can you believe I didn't really talk to him? Well,
really?
I literally didn't talk to him in the whole event. I mean, I was with Jakey, I was with a bunch of people talking and having beautiful conversations, but I never went up to Ansem because it's almost like it felt very forceful to just approach him, you know? It's like when the moment comes, I'll meet him properly, and maybe, who knows, I'll have lunch or dinner or something like that. But if it's just a random crowded party and like you cannot really get to connect with someone, it's, you know, it felt just because I met him briefly. Well, I just said hi to him and like literally just like said hi to each other at the Cube Exchange party, but that was in Dubai, and he was there after the fight, and obviously like it was an intense day for him.
No way.
Not just on Twitter. Not just on Twitter, but everywhere. And yeah, like I didn't really get any energy from him yet. I feel like I'd have to meet him properly, otherwise it's impossible. At these events, you just don't know who you're meeting.
Especially when you have like an army of fucking like Twitter followers around you.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like,
people are always chasing him, and
like what?
And that's why it's also like kind of repulsive to go up to him, because you know there's like a line to go like meet him, you know, and it's like, you know, I don't want to do that.
No. Honestly, it was like in NFT Paris, like with the Digot party and Pudgy, like when we were meet for the first time, right? Sensei, like Frank was like it was a Digot party, so it's normal, but like he was like doing one step and then like say hi to one guy that just showed. Like, what? no, don't touch me. Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
I still tell
Jesus.
you, bro, I still think I will never dox myself
Yeah,
because of what I saw with Frank in Paris, which
yeah,
literally kind of traumatized me. and and even with Ansem, I think
yeah,
it's literally not worth it at all.
yeah.
I'm happy to dox myself in person if people ask me who I am
Mm,
or whatever. I'll tell them who I am. I'll tell them, I'm Sensei. We can take a picture. We can talk about life, and I
yeah,
can give you all my attention. But I don't want to dox myself and have to have these superficial
yeah,
connections in which like everyone's lining up to meet you, and it's very kind of I don't know, artificial.
yeah.
I
It
like
will
to,
take away your good energy at some point, I think.
yeah, I don't know, like it's just I'd rather, something that's very fun and I love it when it happens is when I'm just talking to someone and we're just talking about life and we maybe did not even introduce ourselves yet.
Mm,
And obviously the other person's in Solana, I'm in Solana, and so we just start talking and vibing, and then suddenly the moment comes and they're like, "Oh, what's your Twitter or what's your name?" And I tell them, "Well, I'm Sensei." And then when I say Sensei, they go like, "Solana Sensei," and it's like, "Yeah, Solana Sensei."
oh, let's
And
go.
then their face changes and everything,
Yeah,
and it's nice because you get this beautiful reaction from them. It's nice to like witness that,
yeah.
but at the same time, you know that you were properly able to interact with them before they knew who you were, because
Mm,
that obviously changes people, whether whether you like it or not. People don't treat you the same if they know who you are, if they have some sort of um, pre what are
yeah.
they what
Conception.
what's it called, yeah, like a preconception
Yeah.
of who you are, or any sort of judgment or label that affects the genuine relationship, I
Mm.
think.
But
So I think
that's yeah.
I'm never gonna dox.
But that's why like authenticity is good for you, right? Because again, like you are the same guys on the timeline and at the event. So this like if you meet your hero and then like yeah, you idolize him so much and then you meet him and he's like a fucking asshole, then it breaks everything, right? But because you are the same guy, it's even easier, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I know that, for example, if I dox myself,
Mm.
the way I interact with people would never change.
Yeah.
But I know that the way others interact with me would, and I
Mm.
don't want them to change who they are just because I am sensei, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
You
I'd
can
rather them, I'd rather see them be natural about it and just have fun. Like, I don't know, a lot of people don't care about that stuff, and I love that. I love
yeah.
when people can just see that I'm just a regular human being, and it's just another Dejin in the space, and we're all just having fun, and we're all the same, and there's no one special. There's nothing to idolize from Sensei.
Yeah.
There's literally nothing cool about him or anything. We're just Dejins doing the same thing, having fun, and living in the same human life. Um,
And next event, introduce yourself as Vincent Decoders and see how people react.
Let's do it.
I see. Do you have any question?
Mm, not at all, actually.
Just
Yeah. Do you?
a lot. Love it. In the chat, by the way, like if you have any question, just let us know, and we'll
Yeah.
be happy to interact because yeah, it's not a Twitter space, but yeah, like you can see our pretty face at least, but you can just leave us a message, and we will read the question, and you will be famous because we're gonna font and stuff. But like, okay, so do you think those crypto events are like the part of the ecosystem, and that's where like all of the real connection are meaningfully built, and without those events it would be a different industry anyway?
I mean, I think they obviously help,
Yeah.
and at least for me personally, the people that I met in real life and that I was able to see and almost, interact with in a more human level, I think
Mhm.
that obviously changes everything. At least that particular connection will be a lot more meaningful in the long run.
Yeah.
I know that there's certain people I met in real life that I instantly wanted to handpick and kind of have them involved in whatever I'm doing, or I wanted to, I don't know, when I did Namaste, for example, I would meet certain people that would radiate this beautiful energy. And I thought, like, you know what? I want to gift this NFT to them. I want to have them close to my life. And I want to, you know, make sure they stick around with whatever I'm doing, or just be a part of this community that we're building. I think it's always better when you meet people
Yeah.
in real life. Um, I think social media will always lack that aspect. Even if you do Twitter Spaces or
Mm.
FaceTime and stuff like that, it's never the same. Um,
And yeah, and at least we don't have to explain what the fucking NFT is, which is
Yeah.
which is interesting.
yeah,
Okay, like I think Crossroad, I think it's fine. But like, okay, what since our last stream, what changed in your life? Like, what did you worked on? Like, what did you enlighten yourself? Yeah, what changed in your life since July 2023?
I would say that a lot changed, and at the same time, nothing changed. On the surface, many things happened. Since then, I obviously moved. I
Mm.
can talk about like all the superficial ego stuff that happened in my life as I moved. I started building a completely new project that's strongly linked to Namaste.
Mhm.
I made a lot of connections. I met a lot of new people, new friends, new home, new lifestyle in a way. I, I attracted many blessings. I think even financially, my life sort of changed. Like if you look at every aspect of my life, a lot of things changed. Um, but at the same time, it's like my reaction to those superficial changes and my stability in life and my mind is still the same as always, and I think it will never change. That stability, that peace of mind that's in the background of everything,
Mm.
just always remains the same, and it's always there whenever I want it. I
Yeah.
can always become one with that, and that will never change. But on the surface, you can see all sorts of fluctuations and changes in my human life. But I would say I'm very grateful for everything that's been happening.
Yeah.
It's
You are.
almost like if you look at this like life as a game, it's almost like we have upgraded. It's like
Thanks to
it's
the
like
good
we went
market.
up. It's like we went up a few levels,
Yeah.
not just financially, but in like every aspect
Yeah.
of life. It's almost like things are really getting much better in every sense, and I feel like my impact, my ability to have an impact in the world is also improving. I feel
Mhm.
like we have grown Solana Sensei, Namaste, and the love meta basically a lot more, which is something that's very dear and meaningful to me. And yeah, I think that allows us to bless even more beings in life, which
Mm.
is what all of this is about.
That makes
So,
sense.
yeah, brother, so many blessings, to be honest.
And
That's a nice question.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit, you can highlight. Oh, that's
Yes.
sick.
See, good vibes only is now famous on YouTube in front of almost 300 people. That's what I was talking about. So yeah, if you could tell something to your younger self, if you could tell something to your younger self, what would it be? Uh,
Yeah, I answered this question actually on a previous spaces the other day, and there's kind of two answers to it. The first one's obviously that I would tell my younger self to do exactly the same
hmm,
things that he did. I do not regret anything. I'm obviously extremely grateful right here, right now, and that's all a result of what I lived in life. So the true answer is I would literally tell my younger self, like, keep on going. You're doing everything perfectly, and just trust
That's
that
good.
intuition. Take risks. Don't be scared to, to take a different path that most people neglect.
And
You're
buy
capable
Bitcoin.
of anything. Buy Bitcoin
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
no, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for everything that happened. So I would literally do everything over and over
Excellent.
again.
What about you, IC?
Probably I would say the exact same thing. Like keep doing what you're doing. Like don't have any regret because I don't have any regret about my life because everything makes you stronger. Everything you experience like makes you stronger. So I would just keep going on. I would do everything that I'm doing. What about you, Vince?
Um, I don't know because you can always take another path, right? So, I don't know. It will get better. Like I don't know. Yeah, I'd should I say that? Yeah, no, my parents would probably watch the. They will not understand English, but yeah, I will. I will keep this answer to offline. But I don't know. Like, yeah, probably it will get better. I think.
That's nice though.
Yeah. And Vince and I see. What do you think about the love meta? Sensei, can you explain to the audience what is this love meta is, please?
Yes.
Um, let's see. Um, the love man is this sort of nickname that we put to basically the indescribable flow of love that there is in every single moment
Mm,
in life. It's just a movement of unconditional love and awareness. It's it's something that I try to promote in this space, um, due to some of the observations I had, um, due to the amount of greed and egotistical behavior I was able to identify in the space. And rather than just complain and be a part of that toxic bubble, I try to offer a different path
mm.
that most people will probably reject or probably will ignore. They may call me a hippie for it, they may call me all sorts of things. But then there is
But it's true.
zero. Yeah, it's,
But
I
it's a
don't
good thing.
mind.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mind. Like, if people want to call me a hippie, that's
No
your own that's your own
prestige.
perspective on it,
Yeah,
and you're happy to do so. I won't take it personal.
yeah.
But yeah, I would say it's just a spiritual movement of love. We're just
Mm,
trying to bring people together, and rather than create more division, separation, and maintain the human ignorance that's already present, we're just breaking those old patterns by being present enough to see that we're all one.
mm. But how do you like? Because again, like you mentioned it, like our industry is like heavily based on money and financial gain, one way or another, right? So how do you see the balance between those characteristics and this passionate and uh, compassionate, the positive side of it? Yeah, I don't think I see. Yeah, I don't that understand. I didn't understand myself. So yeah, positive vibe that you want to share. Honestly, okay. So I want to say that also. Like I finally bought an NFT, Namaste NFT. Honestly, your Discord is refreshing as fuck, man. Like it's so cool.
Mhm.
I love your Discord. It's nice. It's a banger. It's like it's like the fresh breeze in your journey. And the people inside of it, they are like, it's cool. I didn't talk to a lot of guys, but I read a lot of messages. And honestly, congratulations for what you're building over there, because yeah, it's impressive.
Thank you, brother. That means a
Yeah,
lot. And
congratulations.
Mm.
thanks, guys. I think, yeah, it's you. You attract the energy that you are. So as long as you vibrate in this beautiful frequency, suddenly more people around you start to become like-minded.
Mm.
And it's not even that they become like you, it's that they were already like that, and by vibrating in that same
Yeah.
frequency you just met with each other.
Mm.
And that's how Namaste, the Love Meta, and even the Sensei collection was created. It's just like-minded individuals vibrating in the same frequency. If you do not vibrate in that frequency, you will be completely disconnected, or you won't understand what's going on, or you will call us hippies, or you will think it's stupid, irrelevant, or whatever, right? Like, it's obvious, it's logical to think that way. It's that sort of thing that either you grasp it instantly, intuitively, or you just don't, because
Yeah.
you're not there yet. You're not capable of kind of synchronizing with that. But there's no better or worse, right? Like, everyone's in their different journeys,
Mm.
and everyone's free to experience this life in whichever way they like. I'm just I'm just offering this possibility that surprisingly makes people around you happier and feel more at peace. And it also makes you feel more at peace.
Yeah.
So whether you want to join this, or whether you want to be a part of it or not, whether you want to keep on spreading this love, that's up to you, right? Like, I'm not forcing anyone to be a part of this. But I've noticed in my life, after experiencing all the possible extremes that one can experience, that somehow this balance, or this stability in being one with everything, allows you to live in a very peaceful manner.
Mm.
And I think that's what we want in life. We just want to be at peace, and we want to be happy, and we want to provide and care for our loved ones. We want to give to others and help in whichever way we want. And we want to have a purposeful life. We want to be passionate about something, whether it can be art, it can be sport, it can be whatever you like. But I think everyone really on a deep level wants the same thing.
Mm.
And yeah, the love met is something that allows us to connect in that same understanding of who we are. And it feels amazing. It's almost like, for me, I always say that it's like going back home. Being with people like that, it's literally like going back home. It's truly being able
Yeah, feel safe.
to just zoom out and go back to what's really truth, what's really truthful. It's a way to like disconnect from the illusion and go back home.
Mm. Okay. So
Can I
with
ask you a question? I'm sorry,
no,
Vince.
go for it, go for it.
Okay, Sensei, did you born this way? I mean, the energy thing, like the hippie meta, I can say, whatever. Did you born this way, or at some point you started to, I mean, search for it, or looking for answers, or searching for energies? Like, what happened? Like, did you born this way, or did you
Hmm. Yeah,
started
no,
to search for it? Yeah.
100% no. I And that's why I have so much empathy for everyone that has ever labeled me as such or such, or everyone that hates hippies, or all the toxic people that like to spread hate, or whatever it is that you're into. I have a lot of empathy because I wasn't always like this, right? And it's obvious. Like, I don't know. I feel like at the end of the day, we're all humans, and we're all flawed in one way or another. We're all limited. And so, I don't know. When I was younger, I definitely was like a troublemaker. I would get into fights. I would do stupid stuff. I would get stupid drunk, and just live a horrible lifestyle, to be honest. Um, and the moment I started kind of identifying those old patterns was the moment where I started caring about myself more, and that made me want to improve myself. I think it started with this desire to improve because I was not satisfied with what I was currently living or the things that I was currently doing, or yeah, I was just I didn't feel complete. I think that's the best way to put it. And something was missing. It just felt like I was empty in one way or another. And don't get me wrong, I was always a very happy and joyful being. Um, I would definitely say that I was always very fortunate and just a happy being in general. But I still did stupid things. I still, I was very selfish in many ways with friends, with family. I would be like the type of kid that never shared and stuff like that, right? Like I had very toxic traits that started to change once I wanted to improve myself. And it really like properly started not long ago. I would say when I was 18 years old and maybe 17 probably. That's when I sort of got into reading books and I tried meditation, I tried journaling, I tried writing, even like three things that I'm grateful for every morning. I started like testing out these things because I had watched very nice YouTube videos about it. I had read books and they were kind of suggesting these possibilities that seemed very far away from where I was at that point. So I started, trying to experiment with these things, trying to improve myself. I got very deeply into self-development. And the more I got into it, the more I wanted to read books and I was consistently trying to be productive. That was all I cared for. Every day it was just making ticks. I would write an entire list of things I had to do and I would just do ticks, ticks, ticks. I just wanted to accomplish tasks and progress in the most, uh, meaningful ways possible. That was all that mattered to me. But eventually that also led to a place that was not very pleasant, that still felt kind of empty, like it didn't matter how much I improved, there was always more I could improve. There was always a better version of myself in the future. And that makes you question, right? Because you think, if there's always going to be a better possibility in the future, then, why am I searching for this infinitely? Where am I headed? Who am I? What is life about? What am I here for?
Okay, now we're talking. Okay, let's go.
and all these deep questions start to arise naturally because you just consistently improving and it doesn't really lead you anywhere. You see progress, you feel the difference, you know that you're improving, you feel slightly better each day, but at the same time there's something inside of you that still does not feel at peace.
Yeah.
And that's when all the questions arise. So yeah, I think during COVID, when this whole quarantine thing started happening, I was in the Netherlands. I was studying. Well, I was meant to study my business. I was meant to do my business degree, but I never really finished it. I ended up dropping out before that. But at the time, I was still in university. I was um, doing my best to do everything with the least amount of effort. And whenever I had any time left, I would basically focus on myself. And again, self-development. But quarantine really changed everything for me. That was when the questions started to get more and more frequent. I I was doing productive things every single day until suddenly I kind of zoomed out and thought, what am I doing? Like, this cannot be it. This will not lead to anything. There's there's something within me that's much greater than all of this. something that I do not know yet, something that I don't understand yet, but there's something intuitively within me that I feel that is much, much greater than everything I can accomplish in this life. I cannot just be limited to this human being. There has to be more to this. And I started reading more about spirituality. And so there was this sort of transition from self development to spirituality. Because self development focuses in the ego, it is consistently trying to improve or enhance the human avatar almost. You're like almost upgrading your avatar. You give it new skills, new knowledge. You just get faster at this. You get more efficient at this. You can do this now. Now you understand this, and then this and this, and you're like upgrading this illusory avatar. And then suddenly, spirituality was like this new possibility that transcended this human avatar, that transcended the ego, and it was more about understanding. Okay, who am I beyond this avatar? I'm done enhancing or upgrading it because I know that's not who I really am. There's something much, much greater. We can all feel it. We're all one with that. It's time to stop like fooling myself and pretending to be something that I'm not. So that's when you start questioning, okay, who am I? And that's what the whole area of spirituality is. It all basically surrounds the question, who am I? Which is in a way the most spiritual or meaningful question that a human being or an ego can have in this life. When you really kind of meditate on that question, you'll see that there's nothing more profound than that question. That's the question that basically solves all questions, that basically stops you from questioning further. So that's when I started, meditating on that more and more and more. And rather than trying to read books and gain knowledge and become better, I started being more present. I started meditating more, and I started to basically extend the amount of time that I could remain present. That is the ultimate, that is the most purposeful thing we can do as egos, right? If you remain in the realm of your human avatar and you just try to gain knowledge, try to get better at this and that, try to absorb as much information as you can, you will only limit yourself to this dimension which information is valuable, but it is all part of the system that you created. And so the ultimate purposeful thing that I could do for my life was to go beyond, to figure out who I really am, to go to kind of exit the matrix or the system and just go beyond that. Let's try to see what's over the fence. Let's try to escape this cage and see what's out there, if there is anything, because I wasn't sure what there was there. Because you never know. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. I mean,
it's funny because you think that you're escaping something and you end up realizing you were just escaping your own self.
Oh God.
So it's
Thank you,
almost this-
Sensei. Now I know where to start.
yeah, good luck with that.
it's quite ironic, and it's like this infinite kind of loophole where it's this infinite loop in which you just chase your own tail. Imagine a dog chasing his own tail consistently, infinitely, non-stop. It's almost that. And so yeah, I think through meditation and I would say meditation and the magic truffles that I was using while I was in the Netherlands. I think those definitely served as a tool.
Yeah. But is that the answer that you will figure out during your lifetime, or is that like something that you will still have on your deathbed?
It's ironic because there is nothing to be solved.
Yeah.
There is no answer, and there's no question. There is everything and nothing. There is
That's a
I'm
sensei
something
answer.
confused.
That's a sensei answer. Like that's exactly that. We are reaching the point right now.
Yeah, exactly.
but that's the thing. Like
No, 100%.
the human being wants to limit truth to a statement. It wants to limit truth to something it can understand. But the reason why it cannot truly be understood is because truth, absolute truth of who you truly are, is not bounded by things that only the ego understands. What you are cannot be put into words because words, language, and the way your ego communicates is a tiny aspect of who you are. It's just a possibility, it's just a dimension. So when you try to put something that transcends this system, something that transcends, this ego, you try to put that into words, there will always be problems in that because you can't, right?
Yeah, but
That's the beauty of this, is that you cannot understand it through the ego. So you need to discard your own ego to truly understand. So it's not about whether sensei understands this. It's more about whether you can leave aside sensei and meet your own self in this very present moment. As long as you do that, then you'll know. There's nothing that my ego needs to know or understand anymore because I am not that ego. It is just a possibility, an aspect of who I am, but I am not only limited to this ego, if that makes sense.
man, like, how do you not get like overwhelmed by all of these question that doesn't have answers, and there is no questions neither? You know what I mean? Like, why? Like, what?
Yeah, I mean,
It's hard.
I've questioned this so many times
I believe you.
that it's almost like it's irrelevant what my ego feels or understands or wants to interpret out of this, because the ego will always want to interpret and label truth. It will always want to limit it. So that's why when you truly transcend the ego, you will stop wanting your ego to catch up, because it will never be able to catch up. The ego is not supposed to understand. You already are what knows itself. Your true self does not even understand. It doesn't have the capacity to understand through human intellect. The very desire to understand things is a human quality. So when you understand that, who needs to understand? Who needs to interpret or label things in such way?
It's like quantum physics. If you understand quantum physics, you didn't understand quantum physics.
Exactly.
I see. Like, can you interpret what his sensei is saying right now in to make it useful in your life?
Yeah, at some point I'm confused.
Yeah.
But now
That's
thanks to
good.
Sensei that I'm confused and I'm gonna search answers for my questions. I know where to start. So yeah. Now I understand.
It's hard. And like what, like we had the same, like not the same conversation, but like we had the same topic, and it was like, yeah, honest. It's, how do I say that?
You're confused as well.
Yes, because I honestly, Sensei, I think you are into something, but like my rational Cartesian brain can't even touch it. And again, I admire you for your capability of like thinking into something that I can't even process because I didn't do everything that you have done previously, right? Like obviously, you can be a good boxer if you just come at the gym for the first time, and you can be a good meditator, like a
Meditation, yes.
what?
Sorry.
Yeah, meditator.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
like good at meditation for the first time you try it anywhere and reach that wisdom level. And like, yeah, that's why I like to hang out with you, bro. Like, it's cool.
I think
It's
this this type of thing is not even supposed to be understood.
Yeah.
Understanding spirituality or who you think you are will always be limited to understanding,
That's
to your
why I have
human
issues with
intellect.
that. Like, bro, if I
So
can't understand,
you're just supposed to experience it. The moment you
yeah,
experience it, no questions will ever arise, and it's the end of the search.
yeah. Okay, so I think I already mentioned it in the first stream we did. By the way, we are already over the hour. Like, do you have time before your second space?
I do have time. I think it's in 3 hours, so we're good.
Okay, so we have time. Let's go. I see. You good?
I'm good. I'm good.
Cool. Okay, so the most depressive video I ever watched was like a woman, like, so it's a dezoom from a woman who's smiling. She's like in the grass. She's touching grass in Washington, and the camera dezoom. So you see her, and then you see the city, then you see the USA, and then you see the planet Earth, and then you go into the universe, the galaxy, whatever. And then this video shows you that at that scale, you are nothing. And when you extrapolate the time on that video, like you're living for 80 years, but like the universe is like billion of years old and it will die in billion of years. Say, okay, why do we have problem again? Like what does that all of that shit matters? And
Yeah.
I don't know, like bro, it broke me for 2-3 weeks, man. And then I forget about it. I had to forget about it because it was not possible to process that stuff. And yeah, like question without answer. I don't have the capacity.
Yeah,
Like
and
when
I
you
think that.
have a, I'm sorry. Go
Yeah.
on. Go on.
Go ahead.
Sensei.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go I see, because Sensei will talk for 45 minutes. So yeah.
I was gonna say, when we think about a problem and we become like sad or obsessed with it, then you think about, I'm nothing in this universe,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
But
Doesn't
don't
make
you?
sense. I'm
Yeah,
something, but I'm nothing, you know?
yeah, exactly. But don't you feel Sensei is like
Yeah,
not
yeah.
above all of that shit, which is
Yeah.
cool.
You know, yeah, I felt that.
I want to be like Sensei. When I grow up, I want to be Sensei when I grow up.
Nah, bro. The thing is, like, it's that sort of duality that's in front of us. It's we are something because obviously our ego and our minds are always focused in me, I have to do, and the things in my thoughts and my goals and my life. It's always me. So we're almost blinded by the abundance and the infinite universe that we are simultaneously. So it's when you see it in that video, for example, you realize how insignificant
Yes.
and temporary this ego is. But at the same time, you as an ego can experience how meaningful and important this ego is to you, which
Yeah.
is the duality of life. It's that black and white happening simultaneously. It's the yin and yang.
Yeah.
You know, it's the the beautiful, inexplicable nature of life. It's just how it is, as it is.
Damn.
True. I mean that it's you make so much sense. I feel it. I feel the energy of sense, but like I don't know. I don't know. It's not clicking, but it's I'm not here yet. But like, see, that's what Good Vibes only is saying. Like, spirituality is a journey. It's not an understanding. That's why most people don't understand it, because it's a journey. They're not willing to go on the journey. They just want the answers. Human received over a lot of bytes of information every day, and we only process. Oh shit. Okay, too big. About 10,000. So just appreciate the small thing and stay curious. Okay. Easy, one of you students.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. You got some good students.
Yeah, I mean, the, the Namaste family, they are, they all vibrate in the same frequency. So one way or another, they're all in tune with whatever I say, and they know exactly what I'm sort of pointing towards. But even those who think they don't understand it, they, as you said, you feel it. As long as you feel something, as long as something intuitively, deep inside somewhere, you feel that kind of small click or mini
Yeah.
kind of peak of dopamine, of kind of thinking like, I know that feeling, I know what he's referring to, but I don't, because it's almost like that tiny peak of grasping is so small that it is instantly blurred by all the layers of ego telling you, no, I don't understand, what is he saying, this is nonsense, abstract, what does this mean, what, yes and no, how is that an answer, I need an answer, I need something concrete, I need to touch it, I need to be able to understand it intellectually. That's what the ego wants, that's what the brain and your mind feeds off. It needs to describe itself as something concrete, tangible.
Yeah.
It has to pretend as if it understands what it is. It has to be able to enclose itself and limit itself to something it it can digest, to something it can put into words.
But the
Because
goal
that's what the
in
ego, it's just an accumulation of bullshit that was wisely put together in a way that you deceive your own self to think that you are something, because you basically create your own system, you create your own language, you describe what you think you are through that language, you enclose it by thoughts, you add a little bit of shapes and forms, you add a little bit of time and space, you create your own bullshit of an illusion, and then you go like, boom, let me push this together, let me combine these things together, and now I am this is who I am. And so you made a cake of bullshit that you made up, that you grabbed and created yourself, and then you told yourself, I am this, this is who I am. Which is hilarious, because you forget that you created all those elements, you created all the things that you put together. So calling yourself a cake or a human or whatever it is is the definition of ignorance. It's literally forgetting the roots of how all those elements that make up what you think you are were made. The moment you realize how all that came about, how you created all of that, suddenly the whole explanation, the whole interpretation of who you think you are, that whole construction collapses in a second. It's like, boom, it evaporates. Nothing left. Because it was never there. It was only maintained by your own concepts. It was only maintained by time and space and the things that you created, which is quite funny.
Yeah, we are spiritual beings on a human experience. Yeah, but it doesn't go together. I mean, we are we experience spirituality on a human and physical world. That's what he's saying.
What he's saying is that we are basically gods living as humans.
Okay, I like
It's
that. My
almost
ego
like,
can take this answer. I like that. It's cool.
yeah, think about it that way. It's like, yeah, we are much greater than the ego, but we
Yeah.
have created the possibility of limiting ourselves to be this human and enjoy the suffering, the pleasures, and the pain of being human. Because that's what we're here for. It's a beautiful role play. We're here playing,
Mm.
and it can only be this whole play, this theatrical play, can only be maintained by ourselves, because we are the creators, we are the producers of the whole theater, and simultaneously we are the actors. We are the ones that created the script, we are the producers, and we are the actors, all of it happening at the same time.
That I understand. I see. Is that clicking too?
Yes.
Damn, bro. Like, you know what? I'm gonna do meditation today. Sensei, do you think that I can do meditation while I'm driving my car? Because whenever I drive,
What?
yeah, I mean that whenever I drive in my car, I think everything. I can think everything. But whenever I'm alone in my room, it's just not happening.
Well, I
Sorry
don't know
for the
what.
stupid question.
No,
No,
no, no.
it's not
It's
that.
a great question. It's a great question, but I don't think you have understood. I don't know what you call meditation. Let's say, because meditation is actually the absence of thought. Is the quieting of the mind.
Mm.
It's emptying your mind. So when you tell me that you can think of everything while you're in the car, well, that's the opposite of meditation,
Oh fuck.
right? Like, because you're just basically creating distractions in your mind. You're adding thoughts are like little forms that just appear in your consciousness. It's like they're little things that appear and disappear. And so if you have many of those, your mind just follows thoughts. The more thoughts you have, it just follows them. So it cannot quieten itself. It cannot just be with itself silently at peace. So meditation is kind of stopping all those thoughts, all those little tiny peaks and feelings and thoughts that appear and disappear, just letting go completely and being able to just be who you are right here, right now, without needing to follow and focus your attention in those unnecessary thoughts.
Well, that's the opposite. Okay.
So
Yeah.
I do not recommend it while driving because that's, when you're driving, you're like basically,
You
I
have to
mean,
be
let's just
concentrated.
say, yeah, you should be concentrated in what you're doing
Yeah.
while driving. I don't want anything bad to happen to
No,
you.
bro,
But-
you know why? It's like all Turkish. They're all Turkish people. They're meditating while driving. That's why they're driving so bad, bro. That's the
that makes
secret,
sense.
man.
That's
They
because
all
of
try to
traffic is
meditate,
everywhere.
man.
That's so true. That was hilarious. Turkish people are the best drivers, low key, because
Nope.
they're so bad that it's actually
Good.
scary how good they are, because it's almost like a war zone when
Yeah.
you're there, And
Especially
I don't know
taxi
how
drivers.
Yeah.
I don't know how they have those reflexes where they just dodge everything, and it's like I don't know. It's definitely chaotic, but yeah, I think at the end of the day, meditation can happen everywhere at all times, technically even while driving. But again, I do not recommend it for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay focused.
But let's say you're walking to the car. Even in those 2 minutes, meditation can take place. Let's say you're cooking, meditation can take place. Let's say you're exercising. That is a form of meditation. Let's say you're reading a book. That is meditation. I mean, ideally, if it's a spiritual book, it will be much better. But
Mm.
if it's just a fiction book or something like that, then it might even do the counter effect of polluting your mind
Yeah.
with more thoughts and
Yeah.
bullshit. But basically, everything can be made into meditation. In fact, at one point, your life becomes meditation because you're just always completely aware of everything happening now, and you are one with that presence that you already are. You're just there. You're just the observant of everything. You're the witness of the totality of life. Things appear and disappear. Your ego takes action, it thinks, it moves, but you are not identified with any of that. You're just observing from the background, just letting things be as they are. There's no need to react or, you know, involve yourself in any of that human drama. You're just at peace with whatever happens. And that's really the non-meditation that's ultimately the best meditation, if that makes sense.
So that makes sense, I see.
LFG, bro.
Are, are you going to start your journey with meditation?
Oh, exactly. Like, um, probably today I'm gonna try to do that. You know what? Once my friend told me about a meditation about forgiving yourself, forgiving your childhood.
Yes.
So I started to listen to chill music in my room, and then I closed my eyes and I imagined that little Icy was going into my room, and I imagined that I'm hugging her. It helped me a
That's
lot when I
cool.
was in depression. So yeah, is that a meditation, Sensei? Is
Yes,
it?
it is. I mean,
Okay.
you have I would call it more like mindfulness or,
Mm.
or guided meditation, but you definitely have many different branches of what's possible for meditation. I think the real meditation is one thing, but with mindfulness, you have all sorts of possibilities. And even focusing in how you inhale and you exhale is meditation. I cannot believe you lit a cigarette while I said that. There's no way you cannot make that
The
up.
timing was perfect, man.
I literally heard a, and I'm like, no fucking way.
I'm inhaling, bro. I'm inhaling.
I feel guilty whenever I try to light my cigarette. I feel guilty in the stream.
Oh my god.
Oh, the timing was good.
That's a different type of inhaling.
Uh,
That's not exactly what I meant, but it works, right? It works for this specific scenario. Um, but yeah, you can. I always like to go on YouTube and find so many different types of. I don't even like meditations anymore. It's more. Sometimes I just like to put kind of waves in the background. There's nice chill beta waves or alpha waves, or depending on what you're doing, just find a type of frequency that allows you to feel at peace. You can experiment with many of them, and depending on where you're at, you will feel more comfortable with a certain sound. And you can literally just search up like 8 hours of meditation, uh, for whatever you want, for whatever feeling or emotion you want, even. Like, it's so crazy how much content we have available. If people if people searched on YouTube, all these things, you'd be surprised how much there is for literally any emotion that you like. If you want to feel happy, you can literally search up meditation,
hmm.
for 4 hours, 8 hours, 15 minutes, whatever amount of time you like, to feel happy or to feel at peace or to feel euphoric, to feel, or to forgive yourself or to heal wounds from the past. You have everything that you can think of. and it's cool to like try them out. Even if you want to go to sleep, right? Every single night, with my girlfriend, we go to sleep with different waves, different like kind of sounds that we have, and they're just from YouTube, and they last for 8 hours, which is basically the amount of time that
Same
we
thing.
sleep. So we put those while we sleep, and you meditate instead of just going directly to sleep. You first meditate, you calm your mind, and then slowly you can transition into a state of deep sleep. And it's beautiful. You can do the same thing as soon as you wake up, right? If you want to transition from waking up and you want to, start your day nice and peacefully, but you don't want to start, with a coffee and just go all in and or with a Red Bull and just go all in.
Let's go.
You want to do it more gradual and less extreme. You can just start with a nice mindfulness or guided meditation or some sort of waves to start
Mhm.
with. Even affirmations. Like if you look up on YouTube affirmations, you also have thousands of videos with affirmations that tell you something like, you know, I am at peace with who I am right here, right now. I am able to attract all sorts of blessings into my life. And all these repetitive affirmations that, whether you like it or not, you don't even need to pay attention to them consciously. You can have them in the background throughout your day, and they are unconsciously getting absorbed by your consciousness. They're going to be in your life, they will be manifested into reality. Even if you sleep while having affirmations, you can try this out. You can keep it as simple as you want, just so that you can see the results. For 1 week, go to sleep with, you can even record them yourself. You can record yourself with the microphone saying something like, I make a lot of money. You can be even more specific. I make $10,000 um, with the least amount of effort, or something like that. And you just repeat that. Before you go to sleep, you just repeat that over and over again. Do it for 1 week, for 1 month if you want. Do not expect anything. Just do it, forget about it, and go on with your life, right? Naturally, just go on with everything. And I can assure you that if you truly do it every single night for 8 hours, you have those affirmations repeating themselves. They don't need to be loud, right? You can just keep them in the background, right? So that you can sleep peacefully. But if you have that with a nice, natural, peaceful voice, it can be your own voice, and you have it in the background, just try it out. Do it with a small experiment if you want. It doesn't have to be $10,000. Let's say you want to do $100. Let's say you just want to, I don't know, experience a beautiful synchronicity, or you want to receive a big sign from the universe. Repeat that over and over again. And I can promise you that it will happen. Whatever it is that you want to happen. And as soon as those things, because the thing is, you need to experience these things before you can believe me. I don't want you guys to just
Mm.
blindly believe me. I want you to experience it. That's why I'm telling you, experiment. Right? It would be easy to just believe me, and it's actually quite hard, because the ego kind of the ego doesn't want to like believe something blindly. It goes like, well, how do I know if that's true? What if I lose my time doing this and nothing happens? So just experiment it. Open your mind to it and just try it out. And if something changes, which it will, that will instantly make your mind go like, wow, this was truly a miracle. And so once you kind of get out of that disbelief zone in which you go like, oh, I don't know if this is true or not. Once the miracle happens, which it will, suddenly you start to attract more and more miracles, and it becomes normal to attract the blessings and miracles in your life. You start experiencing all sorts of synchronicities. You start to receive signs from everything around you, and you become a lot more vigilant as well, because you almost expect signs from the universe, and suddenly life starts to help you and guide you with everything. And that's why I always say that I don't know anything about trading and that everything I do is intuitive, because I'm able to trust life based on everything I've experienced, based on all the miracles and blessings I've received. I am confident and vulnerable enough to just trust life and let it do its thing. I don't have to understand why things happen. I don't need to be a technical trader. I just do everything intuitively, effortlessly, which is how it's meant to be. Life is not meant to be this intense, hard work, grinding culture, stressful environment. It's not truly meant to be like that. But we've reached that point in which everything is chaotic because human ignorance has basically reached its peak. We are as disconnected and confused as ever before. And we call ourselves intelligent beings. We call ourselves the most the most intelligent beings on planet Earth. Yet we are the most disconnected from the entire planet Earth. And you look at a monkey and think, oh, wow, they don't know anything. And they are a lot more in tune with who they are. They know infinitely more than the smartest or the wisest human being. And they demonstrate that through action, not through what they say. We talk a lot, we think a lot, but we forget too much about who we are.
Mm. Okay.
Oh God. Oh God.
I love this.
You're saying that the monkey knows he is a monkey, is more conscious to be a monkey than us that to be human.
Yes, and pretty much
Okay.
any plant, any living being that is not human is most likely a lot more in tune with life, Mother Nature itself, planet Earth, the universe, than 99.9% of humans. And
Okay.
it is what it is. It's not a bad thing because animals and Mother Nature and the universe itself is so compassionate, has so much empathy for us, that even though we are almost like the stupid beings of the planet Earth, we're so disconnected that they still accept us as we are. They still forgive us. Even though we're destroying the entire planet Earth, we're chopping trees, we're killing animals, we are literally destroying the whole planet Earth, they still have empathy for us, which is, again, it just demonstrates how life and how the universe truly works. Right? It's it is what it is.
That's a nice conclusion. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Damn. Okay. Okay. Bro. That's why we can't only do one stream a year, because this is too much. Like, we wanted to do like one space a week. I remember that we tried to schedule it. Never happened. I can't, bro. I can't. Like, it's humans are too good for this planet, and Sensei knows the fact. Oh, not good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Not
I was
good.
like, what? Good? Bro, like,
Spelling.
no.
Yeah. I see.
Yes.
Can you summarize in one sentence what he said? No,
What?
I'm joking.
No.
No, but like, okay. So what would you do out of everything Office said in the last 1 hour and 30 minutes? Do you feel how do you feel?
Okay, whenever Sensei talks, I feel like I'm in the galaxy or something.
I feel so relaxed right now. I'm high.
Yeah, I feel like whatever. I can't say that, but
What again?
I'm like drunk or something.
Oh.
Like, oh god, I'm high. Oh, yeah, that's true. I need to think about it. I need to do that. I need to find answers, but there's no answer. So,
Yeah.
What about you, Vince?
I have problem with like question without answers. That's gonna be my struggle for a couple of moments. Okay, so I think you are like way more peaceful. You have a way more peaceful mindset that I have, and I want to achieve that, but in the same way, because I think it will be more comfortable to experience life with your mindset and say. But I don't know, like there's it's gonna be a long road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Facts.
I'll tell you what. Notice how you have to tell yourself things such as, it's gonna be a long road, it will be difficult. I am not capable of that. I do not have that peaceful mentality.
Yet.
All those things are just thoughts.
Yes.
And you made them up. Right? So the moment you understand that you are the one, you are your own barrier, right? You are the one that put those limitations in front of you. Suddenly, you'll stop kind of victimizing yourself or telling yourself, oh, I cannot do this. Because it's not that you cannot do it, it's just that you don't choose to do it.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. It's like when you say, "Oh yeah, I don't have time to do this and that." It's not like you don't have time. It's like you didn't prioritize that task to do. But if you really wanted to do it, you would have done it anyway. 100%. And what I'm saying is gonna be a long road. It's not to say I'm not going to do it because it's gonna be a long trip. It means like I'm aware of the challenge. And if I start, I know it's not gonna be a result like tomorrow morning. But yeah, I'm not. I want to try because it looks good.
What if I tell
Looks good
you?
to be you, bro.
What if I tell you?
Yes.
That this is not actually supposed to be something that happens tomorrow or in 1 week or in 1 month? What if I told you that the only true way for you to be at peace is actually right now?
What? What?
What?
What I mean is, the very assumption that you have to be at peace in the future at some inexistent future moment is actually what limits you from being at peace now. Okay? The future is just a mental projection.
Yes.
Based on the past. Based on things you have experienced or learned in the past. Based on all the information you accumulated as an ego. Okay? So what if I tell you that peace will not ever come in the future? It will not come tomorrow. It will not come in a week's time, in a month. If you want to be at peace, the only thing that you are in control of is the now. The only thing that exists is now. The rest is just your mind playing tricks with you.
Yes.
There's no tomorrow. There's no 1 month from now. There's no yesterday. It's just now.
Yeah, so I have issues with that concept. Because
No, it's not a concept. Don't try to understand it. Just Just be here and now, and just, like,
It's hard
don't think.
to be in the
Don't. No,
moment.
no, 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 no. You see, like, that's your mind again saying it's hard.
Okay,
It's
okay,
not
okay.
hard. Okay, that's a thought. That's your ego trying to defend itself, saying like, I don't want to leave yet. Let me continue being the protagonist. Let me be this thought. Let me be here. I don't want to leave. That's your ego with its thoughts. Leave that aside. Let it
Mhm.
go wherever it wants. Okay. So now it's just you, and just let go of everything.
Oh,
That's it.
Did you try to say how?
yeah.
No. There's no how. Don't
God.
look for a method.
Okay, again.
Look, don't look
Yes.
for a method. Don't try to think about how, or don't think of a destination. There's nowhere to go. There's no action that needs to be taken. There's nothing you need to do. In fact, there is absolutely nothing you have to do. It's just this right here, right now.
Oh my God. Are you okay, Vince?
Yeah, trying.
Trying, yeah.
Did you feel something? I see.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's tickling. It's like blah, blah. I understand. No, okay. So if I start like that, it's already fucked.
There's, it's
Yeah.
just, it's there.
Mm.
Whether you can feel it or experience that peace that's already there or not does not matter. Your ego is not, your ego is not going to grasp this, okay? And it doesn't have to. You just need to be here and now, and that's it. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. There's no this or that. There's no goal to reach. There's no method to do it. It's just instant. It will not happen otherwise. You won't be at peace in 1 second from an hour in 2 minutes. It's now. And when I say now, I mean in less than a fourth or a fifth or a 16th part of a millisecond. I mean now.
now.
Shh. Okay. Damn. That. Sensei?
Yes. That's it.
I don't know what to do. Okay.
There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. But that's it. That's it. So you can do this always and never, because it's always there. You just need to connect with that, which is already there. And you can do this anywhere, right? You can be doing things as an ego, and at any point in life, in the whole spectrum of illusory time, you can disconnect completely.
I want to try offline, like yes, soon, because that's too many stuff happening right now. That
course.
was cool though. Like, I appreciate that moment. That was cool.
Of course, brother.
I see.
Yes.
How do you feel?
It's hard to explain.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it is.
Damn. That's a sensei effect, man. I mean, like it's kind of peaceful, but also like the level of energy is, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's so weird.
definitely.
Yeah.
Damn. Sensei being sensei.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like this guy. Love it.
This is the type of thing I want to remind people in the space, you know? And that's why I want to do like spiritual retreats and stuff like that with our community where we can all just come together and literally just do this but without noise, without
Yeah.
having an audience or people observing a live, because I know that can get into your head, of course. So just going somewhere like in Thailand or Bali,
Okay.
doing a nice meetup where we can like just disconnect completely. And ironically, by disconnecting from the space and basically connecting with who you really are, when you come back to life and you kind of start playing again, you you'll be capable of doing everything that you ever want. Everything will become effortless and simple, right? So let's say, you know, you come back to this beautiful illusion and you still need to eat. You still need to make money to survive, right? All those things that seemed, you know, very difficult or stressful, all those things start to just manifest themselves in the most wonderful and effortless ways. It's almost like you're in autopilot. Life just does everything for you because you are one with life. And making money and things like that that seem difficult for your older version become extremely easy and extremely fun and and entertaining because you are completely aware of the fact that you are life, which means you are the one that creates the possibility for you to make money, eat food, um, meet the love of your life, and all these beautiful things that your ego experiences. It's it just becomes, it's almost like playing life with infinite mods, or what are they called, hacks or cheat codes. With the cheats, that's it. It's like you have all the commands for any cheat code that you like, and you can insert there whatever you like. You want $10 million, insert it, and it will become a reality. You want
Let's go.
the love of your life, you insert it, and it becomes a reality.
That's harder.
Because now it's almost like you're in control of everything and nothing. Now you're one with life. You're not this tiny little ego that's not capable of doing things. Now you're the totality of life. Now you can do unbelievable miracles.
Okay. Bro, that was a moment. Thank you for that. I do not know how to process everything. You will have to come back again. And I will talk to you about like everything because that's interesting. Can we take I'm completely
Gone.
I'm gone. You drain me, Sensei. I feel completely empty right now.
That's good. That's very good.
I kind of don't like that.
Yeah, your ego hates it
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
your ego is the complete opposite.
Fuck.
Your ego is full of thoughts, noise, ego, labels, identity, right? It's what it's made up of. So the moment you strip it naked, it kind of starts like going like, yo, help me out. Like I want to come back to life. Where
Yeah.
am I? Yo, give me my thoughts, give me everything back, give me the chaos. I need it. Please,
Yes.
I want to survive.
That's
So there's always this
exactly
sort
how I
of
feel right now.
yeah, there's always this sort of battle between ego and awareness.
Okay.
And there's hopefully you can find this balance in which you can allow both of them to coexist, because both of them have their purpose, you know?
Mm.
They are there for a reason. There's no better or worse. Um, so, you know, if you're able to just kind of find this beautiful balance between them, then you can, like, you don't need to lose a state
And
or
find
discard
balance.
one or neglect one.
Mm.
You can have both of them occurring at once simultaneously, which allows you to play and simultaneously know that you are the creator of the game. It allows you to play consciously, but simultaneously, you know,
That makes sense.
you're aware of the fact that this is all your creation. And so, again, being the creator and the creator, you can be the player, you can identify yourself with this avatar, you can upgrade it, you can put clothes on it, you can make them look cool, you can do all these crazy things. But at the same time, you're the creator, you're the one
Mm.
that's manifesting the totality of life, not just what goes and what happens to this tiny ego, but to everything and nothing happening at once. So both are possible.
Just need to find the balance. And if you agree, maybe we could wrap it up on that note. What do you think?
Yes, brother.
Okay.
It's
I
almost
see.
2 hours, so yeah.
I see. Do you have any takeaway out of that streams that you will take home tonight?
You mean what I learned today?
Yeah, or like uh, anything that you want to say to the audience or sensei or whatever. Anything. Say anything that you want before
Okay.
I press on end stream.
Wow, that was really um spiritual, also weird for me
Yeah,
because I've never done this, but I feel kind of different and yeah, like I don't know, I feel empty, man.
yeah.
But Sensei, thank you for that. Like you're giving us awareness, you know? Like I feel I can think something else. Like you showed us a road. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like we have problems, but we know how to solve it, and we also don't know how to solve it. We have
At the same time.
questions, but we can't answer those. Yeah,
Okay.
but
And
I
it's
felt
okay.
yeah,
And it's okay that you don't have the answers for that.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
okay that
Now I
you
understand.
feel this way, and it's all fine and it's all accepted by life. So
Yeah,
yeah, guys, I'm
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm glad this could trigger something in you or
Mm.
light something up
it did.
or
It definitely
remind
did.
you of something that you already know.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, guys, it's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Thank you,
Thank you
And
so
Sensei.
much. I see. I'm gonna call you after these streams, and like, we need to talk about that. All of the
okay.
streams. Sensei, do you have anything that you want to say to the audience? Any
Yeah, I
takeaways
love you
for them?
guys. If you stayed all the way till now, I mean, thank you so much for coming by. If you already left, Thank you, and I love you guys. It's all love.
Love you guys. Love you, Sensei, too. Like, honestly, I feel it. I like it. It's peaceful. Yeah, okay. So, thank you so much, IC. Thank you, Sensei, for the streams. That was amazing. Like last time. I'm going to slide into your DMs again, Sensei, because we need to talk. Thank you, everyone in the chat. I hope you enjoy this conversation that we have all have together. Hopefully you learn something or you feel more peaceful like us.
Don't forget to subscribe
Oh, I missed that subscribe action. That was cool.
every time.
But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. And we will see you in the next streams in a couple of hours with Candy Apple. But yeah, and soon or maybe next year with Sensei.
See you,
Fuck yeah.
Sensei.
Bye, everyone.
See you guys.
ya.
Bye,
Love you.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And that's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the live stream. We'll see you in the next one. But before that, make sure to subscribe, like,